Good morning. Happy Monday. It is Monday, February 26th, and it's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. It's going to be about 50 today, so when I'm done here, I'm going to go take a walk. It is week 4 of Sunday questions, and I didn't answer last week's question. I don't know why. I think I just forgot. I think I was nervous about something. Um, So the question of the day revolves around or pertains to the shoot we did this past Friday, a couple of days ago, 3 days ago. And the shoot was my interview. My producer interviewed me in the same manner that we'd interviewed all the other interviewees for the 60 project. So she asked me a few of the same questions, and then she also asked me some questions that she thought of on her own, which were interesting and some a little hard to answer. But it was a super fun day. So the Sunday question is, how did it feel to direct again? What did you do differently? How do you think you directed? Which part of filmmaking did you learn more about? And she just asked me to talk about Friday and how I felt during it. I don't believe I've ever directed. Dennis and I were doing the film, working on the film together almost 3 years ago, back in August of 2015. I kind of let him do the directing and everything else. He kind of did everything. I did the interviews. So I don't know if I really had a hand in the actual director's role. I mean, he and I talked about things and, chatted about it at the end of the day, how we thought the shoot went, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't think I was really directing. You'd have to ask him. I don't know. So what would I do differently? I guess I would, this past Friday, the shoot was my actual first time, I feel, in a director's role. And I don't think I did a very good job. I think I looked through the lenses here and there to look at how the shots were set up, and I wish I would have done that more. I don't feel like anybody did anything wrong. That's not what I'm saying. I just feel like to get a better handle on things and how I think, maybe I would have wanted something to look a little bit different or set the shot up differently, or I don't know. I feel like that's what I would do differently. I would have a more hands-on thing, and I would have more of a dialogue with everybody, with the crew. I would have to talk to Kristen, who I'm seeing in a couple of days, to kind of see how she thinks I did. I felt like everyone else was. I think I was so caught up in my being interviewed that I think I kind of lost sight of the director role, if you will. Maybe that's not a good thing. So I think I have a better idea of now what I should be doing, which is like I say, look at the shots more, help to set up the shots, have more of a dialogue discussing what the shot should be and what we're going to do. I think my brain is still kind of like all over the place today. I'm still kind of swirling with everything that went on Friday. So I need to um, kind of talk to Kristen maybe about that and get her thoughts on how she thinks I did, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. How do you think you direct? What part of film? How do you think you directed? Yeah, not well. I think I could do a better job. What part of filmmaking did you learn more about? I just learned it's interesting to watch people in action and set things up and the equipment and the camaraderie and the that part was kind of cool. It went on a little. It kind of was slow in spots because I believe some of the gals on the crew were interns and or haven't worked on a project a lot, so things went a little slower, which that's not new to me. I've heard, and everybody's heard that can happen on a set. I don't know if I learned anything else. I don't know. I have to think about that. I think in my eyes, I think it went okay. I just learned that you have to respect the people that are on the crew and what they're doing and how hard they're working. And I don't know. As far as actual filmmaking, it seems like a tough job. It seems like a tough job. So I need to perfect my director role a little bit more. Anyway, it was actually a pretty great day. A couple of days before the shoot, I was thinking about it. I'm always excited about things, and it's going to go be fun, and it'll be a little nervous, but it'll be fun, and it'll be interesting, and that's all true. And then I think like Wednesday or Thursday I think was I was starting to feel emotional and a little overwhelmed at what was coming up on Friday. Just I wasn't nervous about it, and then I became kind of nervous. It's like because I knew the questions that were going to be asked of me, and I wasn't. I said to Chris and Anna, I'm not going to study the questions that were used in the previous interviews. I'm not going to look at them and try and have the right answers, which you can't. You just it's a wing it kind of a moment. Um, I don't, it's always like I was kind of so on Friday I was a little nervous. I didn't sleep all that great. So I was kind of tired on Friday morning. We started kind of early, 7:30, which is neither here nor there. And things started happening, hair and makeup, and setting up the equipment. People were arriving. Food was being set up. Bagels and coffee and everything. And I felt okay. It just seemed like kind of fun to see everything happening, watching everybody doing their stuff, and then as I was getting my hair and makeup done, though, I don't know, I just kind of felt overwhelmed, and I just kind of was sitting there while she's working on my face, and I just started getting emotional and thinking about things. I was kind of telling the makeup girl about Dennis and all that transpired and that whole history, and then I started started getting um, weepy. I don't know. It's just when you stop and think about what I was really doing here, and this was, kind of odd. It's exciting, but Dennis isn't here to help me. All these great people helping me, awesome, awesome people. And then when I sat in the chair to be interviewed, and as soon as I sat down and I looked across at my interviewer, and it was kind of like I just kind of lost it in my head, and I just kind of did that kind of thing, and just started again. Eyes started welling up. It just seemed all of a sudden difficult. I don't know if it was because Dennis wasn't there or because of moving forward with the project, him not going to be here for the next several months or ever to even see it finished, or I was nervous about the questions or all of the above. But in any regard, it was challenging at best. So I think maybe that's why the directing shit didn't didn't come forth. I was not thinking about directing, I guess. Everybody was doing their thing, and I'm just like being overwhelmed. It was kind of bizarre. And then my friend Sue, so the interview, the questions, again, I'll talk to Kristen about how she thinks I did. Then my friend Sue came over, which was delightful, and she had been going through a lot of loss recently. A cousin of hers passed away, and more recently, well, both of them in the last 10 days. excuse me. So she came over to she and I were just gonna, they were gonna film Sue and I just sitting and chatting and drinking our tea and whatever, and just no real questions, just talking, just yakking, just two girlfriends yakking, which was delightful, and it went well. So she had just lost, like I said, her cousin and her best friend of 44 years. So I was, and I think she probably was too, hesitant about coming over to do this shoot. But I think it helped her and myself. We just started talking about our losses and about friendships and relationships, and it was really quite quite remarkable. I was so happy she came and decided to do it. I think it was cathartic for her, and it was cathartic for me as well because we both kind of got some things out. So I think our friendship, her and my friendship, because of all this, is going to get even stronger. I've only known her a few years, but I feel like all of this is going to really make our friendship even more solid, which is amazing. I love her to death. So that part I think went really well. We just let each other go on, and it was, again, I think it was really good for her. And then she had to go, and it was just, I don't know, that part was just so awesome. The whole day was awesome. Um, and then she left. She had to go to her, I think it was like maybe 3:30 or 4 o'clock. She got here at 11. So that was a long day. And then, she and I chatted while they were resetting some things up, and, we had lunch, and it was just delightful that she was here. I'm so glad she decided to do it. I think I got her mind off things for a couple of hours. And then she had to go to the visitation of her friend. Um, and then we kind of wrapped, and the girls packed everything up. We brought everything downstairs, took it away, all the equipment. And then I kind of had a glass of wine, and I just sat in the living room and kind of looked at everything and kind of soaked everything up and reflected on the day. And and then I kind of like hit a wall. It was a good day. It was interesting. It was interesting. It seems fuzzy here. Well, that's just me. It's my glasses. It was an interesting day. It was a good day. It was overwhelming. It was challenging. It was fun. It was awesome to see how it all works to actually be on a set and be the subject. And I don't know how I'm going to get through the next several months. It's just talked about bravery, and I don't know, am I brave or nuts to do this? I don't know. People do all kinds of brave things. I guess it's just a matter of doing it. You just do it. I don't know. It's going to be a challenging several months until this thing is finished. I don't know. It just seems odd. It's good. It's all really good, but it's just, it is what it is. I hate that phrase, don't you? It is what it is. It sucks some of the time. It sucks like in, I don't know, I want to say in the moment, but if I stop to think about what I'm actually doing, I'm making a film that Dennis and I were making. And I don't know, I talked about all this, I think, in my interview questions, but I don't know, and with Sue, but it's a challenge, but it'll get done. Anyway, so I thank my crew for hanging in there with me. Sorry, hanging in there with me on Friday. It was super fun. I love them all. And anyway, I'm gonna go, and we'll see you. We'll see you for the next Sunday question, or maybe before. We'll see you later. Bye.